peaceful in the Old Kingdom. The kingdom had its problems. The rich got richer, while the poor got poorer. But that never stopped the land from striving. But now, the kingdom faces new threats. Some faceless, some very prominent. Join us as 5 brave faces try to restore peace and tranquility back to the lands they call home. They'll face demons, creatures, assassins, and maybe even each other. They'll face not just danger, but hard decisions too. Will they all survive? Or is hope lost for this isle? Welcome to the Old Kingdom.
Welcome to the Old Kingdom. Our story takes place during the season of the light, which means that days are longer, the sun rises earlier in the morning and sets later at night. It's generally a warm condition in the city of Wideport, and although it's a coastal town, you're not really having too many issues with sort of tides coming in. The fishing business is currently bustling throughout the city, so the harbour side is a lot more busier than it would normally be across the rest of the year. Everyone's making good advantage of the weather. They're going out and they are getting their catch. There's also a buzz around Wideport at the moment. The Blazeball season has just started back up again. The Wideport Wolverines are really going to push this year. The new mayor has just sunk in an awful lot more money into the town. So he's going to be looking to hopefully help them, maybe bring in some bigger names, some bigger players, and really make the Wideport Wolverines a team that are known throughout Blazeball. Otherwise, it's a fairly busy day, and we join Hargor, who is the commander of one of the squadrons in the King's Guard, walking through the streets with his, we say apprentice, but more his colleague, Merkin, as they walk through the busy streets of Wideport. Commander Hargor is a dwarf. He is of, well, what can I say, very stereotypical dwarven nature. He has the longest beard that you have seen outside of the bearded lady conventions. Grey in hair, grey in beard, but not grey in humour. He does have a very good sense of humour, which has seen him all the way through the years that he has served at the King's Guard. His colleague Merkin, again another dwarf, both of them clad in the King's Guard black trademark armour, are walking through the streets. Merkin is again about an average height dwarf, certainly a lot younger though. As you can see, his beard not quite as grey, although his aroma does seem to follow anywhere you go as you walk your way through the streets. Some would say that he has a bit of a handsome charm. Others would say that he's very unkempt and probably in need of a bath. But then again, who in the King's Guard isn't? They are slowly making their way towards one of the main locations. It's sort of right in the heart of Wideport itself. The biggest tavern, the one that always seems to be causing a ruckus. It's the, I've already forgotten the name of the tavern. What a great start.
Boisterous Bush?
It is the Boisterous Bush.
Boisterous Bush, yeah.
Well done. Bonus points for you guys. Help if I got my map open. As you walk into the Boisterous Bush, it's not too busy considering it's mid-morning at the moment. The usual sort of local drunks are sat at the bar already sort of slowly working their way into their probably third or fourth ales of the day. Boisterous Bush is kind of got a reputation for serving watered down ale, but that's how it sort of passes on its savings to the clientele. Now, Hargor clearly knows why they're currently in a tavern in the middle of the day, when they should probably be doing drills over in the King's Guard camp over towards the western side of the city of Wideport. But Merkin, not a clue. He was just told to come with Hargor on his patrol this morning. So the first thing he knows is Hargor puts a couple of pieces of silver into his hand and goes, "Go on, go get us a couple of ales. It's not like we're on duty just yet." As Merkin goes off to the bar and goes to get a few watered down ales, Hargor scans across the bar And while it's not too busy, he can easily pick out Joseph, who's sat at a table, sort of eagerly waiting to meet the commander. Joseph, with his, again, sort of sprouting grey hairs, although he kind of works it a hell of a lot better than Hargor does. He looks a lot smarter, a lot more trim, and, generally a bit more pleasing to the eye than a hairy old dwarf. Obviously, standing quite taller than Hargor as a human, he presents himself well, does stand up and greets Hargor as he makes his way to the table and sits down. As you find they're about to sort of exchange some small talk, then also Merkin comes over to join the conversation. Hargor goes, "Right, you're probably wondering why I've asked you here, Joseph. And I can tell you now, it's not for your fiddly inventions."
But why not?
Well,
Doesn't everyone want my inventions?
I mean, sure, if you want a loud and expensive machine that can make a puff of smoke once or twice, then yes, I guess so. But no, I need you more for your expertise.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
So, I'm going to be heading out into Victoria, and I know that you know the city well. And whether you like it or not, I know that you're in desperate need of some coin, so I feel like you might want to join us.
Anywhere in particular in Victoria?
That will come in a moment's time. We need to go meet Master Diedrich over in the cathedral, but we're just waiting for one more. She should be here any moment now. As the sort of rabble of the bar continues, you can hear a bit of commotion and a few small cheers as well as Isil starts to make her way through the bar. Being a sort of local hero and known well around the town, she's helped out with sort of foil a few small burglaries and recently the bandit attacks that have been plaguing the outskirts of Wyport as well. A lot of people are not so much in debt, but consider her a good heart through the city of Wyport, almost like an unofficial mascot as her good work sort of spreads throughout the city. Ah, Sil, I see you've also made it.
All right.
Welcome.
How's it going?
Merkin, go fetch us another cheap ale. This time, Hargor does not give him the money for the ale, so Merkin will have to pay for this one out of his own pocket.
Oh, that's so kind of you.
Right. Now, I know that you're all here probably wondering what we're doing, and I'll be honest with you, I'm none the wiser. All I know is we're going to have to go to Bleeding Victoria and find out. We'll go see Maester Diedrich in a minute. First, let's just enjoy these ales that kind Merkin has decided to bring us back.
Wonderful idea.
As Merkin starts to make his way through the now starting to get a little bit busy bar with several flagons of ale in his hand, he starts to struggle. He's got to make his way through the people, and this is where he's going to have to make a nice dexterity check for me.
Yes.
First roll.
The campaign, let's go.
Ooh.
Okay. What dice would you like me to do with that? I can't remember.
So D20 plus whatever your dex modifier is.
You're actually evil. Okay, 19 minus 3, 16.
Okay, so as you make your way through the crowd, a little bit of ale slips out of a few of the flagons, but you manage to make your way back to the table. Fairly uneventful, nothing really happens. All the party finish their ale, and just as they sort of start to head out, it's now very busy on the way out, and a few toes get trodden on. All of a sudden, you hear this deep voice coming from the back of the party as you're all starting to exit out of the tavern. "Hey, you just made me spill my ale." As the party start to turn back, you can see quite a large brute. It looks like he's probably done fishing for the day. He's had a hard time, and now he is currently wearing his ale, where one of you has unfortunately spilt it all over him. "So, who's buying me a keg?"
Well, to be honest, it's quite watered down. I think we've done you a favour by knocking it out of your mug. So maybe just thank us and we'll go on our way.
Listen here, I've worked my bones down to earn this. I don't know what you and your fancy pants clothing, tinkering away on the port. Yeah, I've seen you. Just whining away at those useless inventions. I don't know how deep your pockets are, how much gold you have, but this is my life. I've worked hard for this, and I demand that you buy me another drink.
Maybe you should work to get a better life. You're not working hard enough.
And with that, the party turns around and starts to walk out. So, working its way towards the cathedral, it's not a very far walk at all. It's sort of heading back towards the centre, past the newly opened Jenkins and Jenkins Emporium, which still shines as the sun hits its bright red roof. It's a really hard building to miss now. I mean, they did buy up half of the city and build a massive hexagonal building right in the middle. It's rather extravagant and does kind of take away from the slowly decaying and starting to crumble cathedral, to be honest with you. As the party starts to make its way towards the cathedral, you hear footsteps sort of approaching from behind. Look, I want my ale. And I don't care if blood's going to be shed for it. You're going to be paying. As you turn round, yes, it's the same crony from the bar, this time flanked by two. I'm just going to use the word goons, to be honest with you, because clearly they're already half cut. They've been drinking since the start of the day, and now they're just looking for a fight. Hargor instead decides to sit on a nearby crate and he goes, "Look, I can't be bothered to get involved, guys. If you want to beat 7 bells out of them, then go for it. Just don't kill them." So, a quick look over Albert Radio. I don't know if you guys can move the counters around or do anything with them.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Oh my god, yes.
So, the three of you roll for initiative. Okay.
Initiative D20 again,
21.
isn't it? Sorry.
So we've got a 21.
Wasted a 19 on initiative, man.
I mean, 99 initiative right on the first go would be very, very impressive. So that was Joseph with 21. And then anybody else get above 20?
No.
Okay. 15 to 20?
Got 10.
No. What did
Wait,
Merkin
what?
roll?
5.
Oh god.
Okay. Not
That is
great.
including my modifier, but still.
Okay. So 1,
It's a good start.
2, 3. Isil, you rolled 10.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, so we got. Well, unfortunately for you guys, they are all going to go before you.
Great.
And then Merkin. Right. Okay. So top of the round, Joseph. What do you want to do?
Okay. With the measurement tool, I believe I can get to here,
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
which should put me in range of that guy there.
The one in the centre. So this
Yeah.
is the guy who is currently soaking wet in ale.
Yeah. Well, I heard what he said about my invention, so I'm going to bobber him with a quarterstaff.
All right. Cool. So roll to hit.
That's going to be an 11.
And that does not hit.
That's unfortunate.
Right, okay, so now it is the 3 to begin with. So the first guy, now you've sort of moved within range, is going to take a throw at you and see what he can do. So that is... that's a 13 to hit.
No, it doesn't hit.
Okay, cool. So in that case, then he's just going to sort of stand there, really sort of trying to punch. He swings. Maybe the alcohol's just sort of put him a little bit off kilter, and it doesn't quite fall over, but sort of is looking a little bit unsteady on his feet. And you can see now that he is getting a little bit visibly angry. His friend from the right-hand side also rushes in and tries to take a swing at you as well, and misses as well. The third one on the right-hand side has a bit of a chuckle at his friends, all kind of making arse over tit over themselves. He's then going to sort of rush towards Seal, because he's assuming that a woman would be easier to hit, which is probably going to be.
Whoa.
Wow.
Make him pay for that.
20 minutes into the campaign.
We're
Right.
about to find out who the tank is.
Next up is a Seal.
Right. Okay, so that one's charging for me, right?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna try and hit him with my crossbow.
Okay. Yep. Sure.
I don't think a good Eldritch Blast would be a good idea right now.
Probably not. You're in a very small sort of alleyway, so I feel like not only would you break a few windows, but you would probably knock most people on their ass with a blast. So might not be the best of ideas. All right.
So
cool. Yep. So you're firing off a shot with your bolt.
yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So it's strength modifier,
right? So it's D12. No, sorry, D20 plus.
Okay.
Dex.
Plus or minus.
Yeah, it would be Dex.
Oh, okay. 23.
Yeah, that certainly hits him.
I rolled a 20, guys.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is that a natural 20?
First
Yeah.
natural
Oh, that's a
20.
critical hit then. Double your damage.
Yep. So double damage on him.
Dex. So I rolled an 8 plus 3.
Dang, you rolled an 8.
Yeah.
So it was a crit, so that's double damage. So 16. Yep.
Nice.
I got lucky dice today.
So 17. So yeah, so you see him charging towards you and you look to put him down. The wise words of Hargor ring in your ears, and he said, "Please don't kill anyone." So you take a well aimed shot with your light crossbow, and you pin this guy right in the right hand shoulder blade, and it sends him toppling. He goes flying into a nearby sort of almost sort of like rubbish pile just by this doorway, and ends up slumped against the wall, and he is well and truly out for the count. Next up is Merkin.
Move to about there, which is the very furthest I can get to.
Okay.
I really can't go far.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
cool.
was line up light crossbow hit. Might as well.
Yep, sure. Okay.
Sorry, I will retain most of this once it goes going. I can't remember how to do any of this shit.
So D20 plus Dex.
11, 8.
No. So you line up your shot. You're aiming for. I'm guessing you were aiming for the one on the right hand side.
Yes, sorry.
This guy. Cool. Okay. So you line up your shot. You take aim, and it goes sailing by, and it actually just misses this window here. So you almost smashed the nearby house window, and I don't think they would have been very happy. Okay, cool. So we go back to top of the round. So that would be Joseph again.
Okay, I'm going to take another swing at the original guy.
The original one, his one in the
Yeah.
center. Okay, cool. He's still sort of swaying and quite aggy.
That was a natural one.
Oh, okay. So you also decide to try and take a swing at him, and perhaps you're as drunk as each other. Perhaps it's the nerves of these two sort of big, gauntly drunk men sort of towering over you at the moment. But you swing and you miss, and you're slightly off your kill set and balance. This guy now goes to take another swing at you. He's had enough. He wants to put you down. He wants to see you go down on your ass. Unfortunately, he also misses by a country mile, stumbles backward, and actually trips over his own feet and falls down onto the ground.
This is the best drunken fight.
Yeah. I can
love
picture
this.
just like two people with just flailing arms at each other.
So before this guy here can decide to try and throw another punch at Joseph, Hargor sighs, he gets off the barrels, and he chucks his axe down into the ground. Look, we've not got time for fun and games. I thought we'd be able to do this fairly quickly, but we gotta go. He takes a couple of silver pieces out of his pocket, and he chucks them at the two standing drunkards. Goes, "Here's for your watered down ale, lads, and drag your friend off over there to the local infirmary as well."
Sorry.
So you sort of pick yourself up, you dust yourselves off. None of you particularly come off any worse. I think the only thing that's really been injured is kind of egos. It's you managed to get a couple of good shots off, and still kind of feeling quite confident in herself. Being the woman of the party, as it were, being called out, but yet being the only person to sort of actually land any damage on these free brutes that had come after them.
That's good.
So, as you guys now head off back towards the cathedral, as you sort of end up on the stairs of the cathedral, it is quite impressive. It is easily one of the older parts of Wideport, and time has taken its toll. Some cracks are starting to show within the big stained glass windows on the front of the building. The pillars around are also starting to crumble just a little bit as well. You make your way up the steps, and before you can even make your way through to the grand oak doors and the entrance, Master Deirdrick is waiting at the top of the stairs for you. Master Deirdrick is, let's say the years have not been kind to Master Deirdrick. Clearly the wrinkles, the crow's feet, and anything else that one would gather on their forehead while turning old have now started to sort of hit him hard. The years have taken their toll. But still, he has a smile on his face as he greets the travellers on his now doorstep, and he goes, "Ah, Argor, I was wondering when you get here. Come in, everyone. Come in. There's a few people I want to meet, and well, then we'll get down to matters." So you all follow this slowly moving old man through the door. It's almost like one of the gents that you kind of get stuck behind when you're browsing the markets of the ports early in the morning. They are moving very slow. You want to get past them. You feel like it's unpolite to charge past them. So you kind of duly let Mr. Diedrich lead the way into the fairly empty cathedral. The cathedral's not what it once was. Not that the people of Wideport have lost their faith in the god Magir. It's just not quite as widely populated as it used to be. Instead, it's actually come quite in handy for the Maester himself, as he now uses it as his base of operation in Wideport. The move from Victoria down to Wideport happened many, many years ago, but looking around the cathedral, you would have thought he moved in last week. His books are scattered everywhere. There's dusty papers, half-lit candles. He's essentially turned it into his own study area. There do remain a few pews heading towards the altar, where you can see sort of slightly battered but still in shape copper spider representing the god Magir resting at the front of the altar. As all of you decide to sort of work your way further into the cathedral, it would appear that the Maester has lost most of his energy now and decides he's going to take a seat. And he looks sort of wide-eyed up at you all of you kind of towering over him, apart from the dwarfs who are kind of eye level with him. Not in a patronising way, but you guys are short. So you just kind of have to deal with it. He goes, "Ah, yes. Well, it's so nice to see so many fresh faces, even when mine is not so fresh at all. Guess I should really tell you why you're all here. You see, something's happening within the city, and I really don't quite know how to explain what's happening. It's unlike anything I've seen before. It's a disease." Hargor kind of goes, "You're kidding me. You pulled me out of regime, out of training, to gather up people, to bring you here to tell them there's bleeding chickenpox going around the city. Oh, Maester, I know you're getting old, mate, but we ain't going to have to put you in a home just yet, are we?" The Maester kind of looks at his old acquaintance a little bit sharpish and goes, "No, this is no mere disease we've seen before. This is something else. So, I need you guys to head to Victoria. I need you to go to the Grand Cathedral, right in the heart of Victoria, and I need you to get the research books for me. Just tell them that I've sent you. All of my research notes are in there, and I never thought to get them back from Victoria. But if there's an answer to what's starting to plague the city, it's gonna be in there. He sort of looks a bit sheepish, and he looks over at his shoulder, and he calls out, "Oleg, why don't you come and join us?" And now you see this sort of bulking man start to walk his way down the cathedral. From behind, you just thought that it was a rather hairy, unkempt villager just showing his praise to Majir, but clearly this man, in his basic clothing, he's not from Whiteport. He's looking rather dirty, rather tattered, but him himself is almost impressive. The sheer amount of muscles that are on this man. And while he's not much taller than Joseph, he would certainly tower over him and probably best him in a fight. As he works his way down, he goes, "This is my good friend Oleg. He knows the wilderness better than anybody else, and I'm going to make sure that he guides you to Victoria safely."
Ah, so you're the fools that are meant to be taken to Victoria, are you?
Hagor
That'll
sort of
be us.
Hagor sort of eyes this man mousing up and down. This man is easily 2.5, 3 times bigger than him. But he went, "Meh, you're not so tough."
Tough on the outside, but soft on the inside. But don't let anyone know that.
As the maester goes, "Well, I know you're all going to get on together like a house on fire, but I really must press. This is of urgent." And before he can finish his sentence, the doors to the cathedral are flung wide open, and you hear footsteps within the marble tiles as they walk up, and it's a very loud click-clack, almost as if somebody was wearing tap dancing shoes, to be honest with you. As they make their way down, you can just see the maester go, "Oh no, not right now." In front of you is a rather short and plump man, and he's dressed very decadently. You'd have thought that he was going to an evening party or a soiree. He's wearing crushed velvet robes, gold trimming all the way down, a hat with the biggest feather that you've only seen sticking out the top of the hat. Mayor Larkin has arrived into the building. "Ah, yes, I managed to catch everybody before they set off. Hello, everyone." He sort of sticks out his hand. He tries to shake everyone's hand. He goes to shake Merkin's and goes, "Oh, dirty," and turns away from Merkin and carries on shaking the hands of everyone else. Hello, everyone. It's good to see you. It really is. Now, I trust that our dear friend Maester Daedric has told you all about our dilemma. Terrible stuff, really. We can't have the people of the city getting ill.
Yeah.
The sickness. Do we know the source of it?
Maester Daedric kind of goes to go, "Well, not really." And then Larkin just cuts him straight off and goes, well, it's just it's just making people sick, really, isn't it? And it's not ideal. We've got the Blaze Ball tournament just about to start. The city needs its bartenders, it needs its butchers, it needs its candlestick makers. We need everybody going, ready for the hustle and the bustle that's going to come straight into the city. It's going to give us the shot in the arm that we really need. We need everyone back on their feet. The last thing we need is people staying away from Whiteport for some poxy disease. It's not going to be great. Daedric, I'm sure he'll tell you all about it, but it's just like a rash, really. It's not really going to cause any problems, but it's bad publicity, and we need the money in the city. Otherwise, we're gonna fail as a city. Daedric, my good man, you give them the details and everything, but best of luck, chaps. And look, the city of Whiteport really is behind you. And with that, he pulls out a small brown sack from his pockets, and he chucks it at Hargor. Within the sack, there are 200 gold pieces. He goes, "Just a little bit of an advancement for you guys, but obviously, come back. You fix the city for me. Yes, it would be lovely, and there'll be plenty more gold where it comes rolling in." And you know what? I'll give you all front row seats to the first Whiteport Wolverines game as well. You'll be Free heroes of the city. Just cure this rash. That's all you got to do. Bye, guys. Time really is money. And with that, Mayor Larkin turns and starts to walk out of the cathedral.
I give him a nice, gentle pat on the back.
Well, it was great meeting you.
Turns around, looks at you affectionately, does give the old finger guns, and goes, "Lovely to see you guys. I can't wait for you to just fix the city right up. It's going to be fantastic."
Wow.
And he walks out of the cathedral.
Can't
You
stand
should have
the
got more
city
than
folk.
200 gold for that.
I was literally thinking that.
Algor goes, "Well, I guess that'll buy us a few ales for the road." He puts it in his pocket. Mr. Diedrich looks panicked and goes, "He's gone, isn't he? Right. I think you guys better follow me." Diedrich pulls himself up to his feet and walks back towards the back of the cathedral, which is where you can see a small wooden door with an old cast iron lock on it. Diedrich fumbles through his pockets and pulls out an old rusty key and unlocks the door and starts to push it open.
Have I been locked away? What the fuck?
The room's very dimly lit, and all you can hear is just sort of coughing in the distance. As you walk in, Diedrich lights a candle and starts to lead the way. There are several
Getting
people
Hellboy
lying...
vibes.
There's several people lying in bed, coughing, and as you can see, something really has affected their skin. Not quite like a rash that Mayor Larkins told you, but their skin's just turning grey and almost fading away. Maester Diedrich sort of leads you to the back of the room, where you can see someone lying in sort of motionless in the bed. They're still alive. They are sort of really struggling for breath, but you just hear this faint wheeze in place of where normal breathing would be. Diedrich goes, "This was the first that we found afflicted with the disease. As you can see, it's quite puzzling." And he lifts up the arm, and as he lifts up the arm, you can see that almost like a burn down the right arm, it's just this black and purple rash that spread its way all the way down the arm. I've never seen anything like this, and unless we have something recorded within the history books in the Grand Cathedral, I don't know if we've ever seen anything like it before. This is why I need you guys to make the trip to Victoria. Mayor Larkin thinks that it's all just going to blow away, but every day we're now getting more and more people. The entire time that he's trying to explain this to you, just hear more and more coughing within the background. The answers will lie within that book. I need you guys to get to Victoria as soon as you can, retrieve it from the Grand Cathedral, and bring it back to me so I can study and hopefully determine what this disease is. He leads you back out of the room, closes the door behind him, and locks the key again. It's not so much for those who are in there getting out, but it's clear that this is the way that Diedrich is currently protecting the city, and a wooden door and a rusty lock is not going to protect it for too much longer if this disease keeps spreading throughout the city. You'll make great haste to Victoria. I know it'll take a few days' travel, but try not to spare too much longer. We don't know how long these people have. The first victim at the end, Lucy, I think she'll be gone within days. This must be your utmost importance. You must go get that book for me. Hargor goes, "Well, if it's a simple retrieve mission, we'll do it, and we'll be back within a few days." Diedrich goes, "That's exactly what I want to hear. Now, before you head off, there is one more person that I must introduce you to." Sort of look over to the front of the cathedral, and not too far from the copper symbol of Majir, you can see a hooded figure. It's like, "Aris, come join us, son." As Aris starts to walk towards you, you can see more from underneath the hooded robe, and it's clear why he's been hiding his appearance. A tiefling amongst the city would cause uproar. Not many people will trust a tiefling, but the city of Whiteport, right on the coast, where they barely get any tieflings or indeed any creatures come through at all, they would just tear the poor guy apart. This is Aris. He comes to us from one of our ministries. The lad's still young, but he knows the way of the cathedral. Should you have any troubles trying to get in, he'll make sure that you can get in through the great cathedral. Turns back
Good.
to Iris.
It's great to meet you, Iris.
It's a pleasure to meet you all. I bow my head down and try to cover up my eyes.
I
Iris
must
is young.
say, yeah,
Go on.
carry on.
Iris is young, but he has a lot of information to offer you. But in return, I must ask that you take care of him. He's still training, and he's still got a lot to learn of the world.
We shall do our best to keep him alive. I personally shall do my best to keep him alive.
I'm
Hoggle.
indifferent.
Kind of takes that as a little bit of an insult. He feels that he's naturally the leader of the group, having to sort of put this band together, and you can tell that he feels a little bit threatened by Oleg's presence, especially.
Hey, not to be threatened. I'm only here as a guide. But when the time comes, my muscle is ready.
Diedrich looks at you all, now somewhat stood in a line, as if by coincidence, and looks you all down and goes, I've got great faith in you all, and I really must stress that this city could fall if it's not for you guys. Please, make that trip to Victoria, find those books, and rush back here as soon as possible, while there is still a city for you to come back to. And with that, he ushers you out of the cathedral, closes the door, and you can hear a sound of a wooden bar coming down across the back of the cathedral doors. It's clear that Master Diedrich does not want anybody else coming in contact with the disease. Hargor turns around to everyone and goes, ah, right bloody band of people we've got here. He turns over to Merc and goes, well, at least I got you.
Mm. Mm.
Right.
You're a man of many words, Merkin. I like you.
Mm.
So, with the mission afoot to head towards Victoria, there is only sort of one main way in and out of the city of Wyport, and that is through the main city gates. The cathedral itself is sort of located within the heart of the city, so if you wish to go get supplies or stock up for the journey ahead, you've got ample opportunity to do so before you head towards the city walls.
I must retrieve my armor and weapons, and I shall meet you at the gates as soon as I can.
And with that, you'll find that Oleg then starts to head off towards the city gates. Hargor goes, well, we've got this gold burning in our pockets. The way I see it, we could go get plastered, or we could go buy shiny trinkets. What do you guys want to do?
Tiny trinkets, come on.
Is that you shouting as you make your way towards the city walls?
Exactly that.
Is
Exactly that.
Celine, looking back over his shoulder, shiny trinkets. This is a very important mission, so perhaps we ought to focus a bit more on it.
All right, if you want
You know I like a drink as much as the next man.
I mean, if you want to make tracks and head straight for the city walls, we could go catch up with that towering brute if you want. But
I mean,
I don't-
religious reasons I don't drink, so there's that.
oh, I'm sure they've got water. You tieflings do drink water, don't you? Or does it burn?
We drink water, yes.
I don't think that Halgor particularly meant any distaste in that statement, but you do feel a little bit pained from the sort of.
I'm used to it, cries.
All right, well, nobody else wants to go and spend this gold. I guess we'll go catch up with the oath. So you will start to make your way towards the city gates. As you head up towards the past the big shining Jenkins and Jenkins Emporium, where you could have gone and spent all of your lovely gold, you instead make your way through the small maze of houses, and it's quite clear to see that the wealth of the city sort of reside within the centre. As you keep walking past, you slowly pass Joseph's workshop on the seafront. He does remember that he's forgotten to close up for the day. So he quickly runs over and shutters down the front of his shack, not knowing when he'll return, but hoping that he'll return a richer man. Making your way out through the wealthy part of the city, you start to get a glimpse of the newly built Blazeball Stadium, home of the Whiteport Wolverines. The season's not quite underway yet, but you can hear some shouts on the pitch and a few cheers. It sounds like the team are out having a practice session. From the distance, you can hear a yelp. Someone's clearly just caught the Blazeball itself a little bit off kilter and has probably scorched themselves a little bit. Making your way now through the older part of the village, and it's clear to see that the outskirts of Whiteport is where not poverty resides, but those who are a little bit less fortunate. You can see that the houses aren't quite good a state. Windows suddenly become a luxury, and it's mainly just sort of brick buildings with doors. However, as you make your way out towards the city walls, you do start to hear screams in the distance. 2 armoured humans come running back from within the city walls down towards the party. They're also wearing the same black armour of the King's Guard, and they quickly, noticing Commander Hargor, come running up to him. Commander! Oh, we're so glad we bumped into you. It's the bandits! They're attacking the outskirts of the city again! Hargor suddenly gets this matter of urgency on his face, and you can see probably for the first time during the day, this has actually meant something to him. At first he thought he was going to be on some poxy fetch mission for the Maester, but nobody attacks his city, not while he's in charge of the army. He goes, right lads, go back to the camp, muster up as many soldiers as you can, we'll fend them off again. So the 2 armoured soldiers go running back in the opposite direction, heading towards the King's Guard encampment, while you guys go rushing towards the city walls.
Remind me to discipline them when we get back for leaving their post. Oh.
So, as you guys head towards the city walls, the screams get a little bit louder. You can also hear jeering as well. It is well and truly a bandit attack that is underway. You can also hear what sounds to be snarls out in the distance as well. With this, Hargor quickens his pace and he runs towards the city walls with you guys in tow. When you get there, you find that the building nearby is not quite ablaze, but it looks like they're giving it a good go, trying to set it on light. Bandits are well and truly here to cause some trouble. You notice at first there's 3 bandits. One of them, 2 of them even, sort of converging in the middle, looking around about who their next victims can be. You also have another one over here by this household who seems to be cornering a small boy with a mother screaming nearby, asking for somebody to come out and help. Not only are they sort of here, sort of causing presence, but they're also backed up by 2 wolves in the background. Now, it looks like these wolves have been fairly trained by the bandits themselves, but that in no means makes them any less vicious. The party arrives, heading out towards the city walls. So we have... We have Hargor leading the charge right in front of you. And like I said, you also bump into name Oleg on the way. Flocked behind him, of course, we have Isil. Can't remember what the monk. There we go.
I believe it's the fist.
Yep.
It would be
We have
Liam.
Aris.
Wow.
I'm not going to say what the follow-up comment was
Merkin.
going to be then.
Wow.
So the bandits, upon seeing you arrive, do turn their attention to you now. Besides the one who's over here, he's still menacing the small child. Do I have something that can represent a small child? Yeah, this guy's kind of smiley. There we go. There we go. Small child is being menaced by this man over here.
I think they're doing the kid a favour.
That kid has seen some shit.
So as such,
And I thought I'd get bullied.
the two bandits over here draw their swords, ready for battle. You can see the wolves are also ready for a fight. So everybody, roll initiative.
Straight for
10.
All right, hang on.
13.
14 plus 3, 17.
I'm 0.
What the fuck?
What? Is that
Oh my-
possible?
I got a 3 and my dexterity modifier is -3.
Top of the round is Arus.
Yay!
So what
Yeah.
would you like to do?
Did you say there was a house on fire?
This guy over here. Hang on, let me get my pointer. This guy over here was sort of setting a torch on fire, looking menacingly at this building. He was going to try and set it on fire, but instead he's now holding a burning torch and looking for a fight.
Okay. Can I instead then move mine to about here and maybe hide away from like in the fire and the smoke?
So you kind of want to. Okay, yeah, I'll let you do that.
Nice.
So you're going to go for a flank. So we'll say that you're about there, and you're going to hold your action. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm immune to fire, aren't I? So even if he does put it on fire, that'll be fine.
Okay, cool. So next is the bandit who is on. Or I've lost my screen. There we go. First is the bandit in the middle here. So he is going to look solely for a fight, to be honest with you. And he's going to go charging forward. To about here. And he's just going to sort of look in your general direction, brace himself, smirking. He's been waiting for this fight. Next up is Isil.
Just to interrupt whilst you deciding what to do. If
Yeah.
if this enemy here moves any closer to me, Russ,
Mm-hmm.
by like 5 feet, I get an opportunity attack on him. Just so you know.
Yeah, so he would actually be about here. So go ahead and go for it.
Okay, quickly. +6. That's 18 to hit.
Yep, hits. Go ahead.
12 points of slashing damage.
Ooh,
Nice.
so you see, what's your weapon again?
It's a glaive.
Okay, so you see as he comes rushing forward, he's willing for the fight. He's clearly been waiting for this all day. And it's going to be an early outing for him as the glaive just comes glancing down and tears straight through him.
Let's
It's
go.
Oh, guy.
The poor guy just separates into two. The woman who was
Nice.
screaming for her son now looks over in this direction and screams even more. But this guy is well and truly gone. Still, any ideas what you want to do?
Me. Okay, cool. Why am I red?
Have you just drawn on the map?
Yeah, I have. I don't know how.
You guys know.
Can't rub that out. I think only you can rub that out.
I don't know how to rub it out. Oh,
No.
there you go.
All right, there we go. So you are
That's the
here.
thing I can do. Yeah.
There's nothing you can do.
Huh?
Do you say there's nothing you can do?
No, I'm still thinking of what I'm doing.
All right. Well, do you want to hold your action?
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah. Okay. That's
I gotta
fine.
get all my things up.
All right. Okay. Cool. In that case, then we will go to Hargor. He is ready for this fight. To be honest with you guys, he's had his weak ale. He's seen you guys have fun in the alleyway, and now he's ready to just charge forward and start the fight. So he's gonna go rushing up towards this guy here. He doesn't quite make it, but instead he is going to take out his trusty throwing axe from the side of his pouch, and he's going to have a good go at trying to clock him with a throwing axe. And he misses woefully. Quite confidently, he takes it out, and I don't know if it was the weak ale that he was drinking earlier, but he grabs his axe from off his side, he chucks it, and it goes flying off in completely the wrong direction. Doesn't even come close to the bandit. Looking a little bit ashamed, he starts to put his hand on his hilt, ready to draw his sword in case the bandit charges him. Seal, you good? Or you still waiting?
No, I'm still sorry. I realize I have nothing up.
No, that's fine. In which case, then the remaining two bandits have now got the opportunity to attack. This bandit here, seeing Hargor's awful attempt at trying to throw an axe, is instead going to charge down upon him. He's got his scimitar in hand, and he is ready to try and take out Hargor. The slams his scimitar down, and it just glances off of the shoulder armor of Hargor, and he looks a little bit shaken. The vibrations ring out from Hargor's armor down the sword, down towards the hilt, but he sort of steadies himself, and he's ready to sort of try and repel off any attacks that you might get on him. The second bandit over here now does turn to face you guys. He realizes that you're kind of starting to be a little bit of a threat. So he instead draws out his light crossbow, and he's going to take a shot on... he's going to aim at Oleg.
Let's go.
Big target.
And it is 15 to hit.
Just about misses. I'm 16.
Okay, so the arrow flies, and it just, you can feel the swish of the arrow go past your head, almost ruffles your hair. But he almost looks slightly impressed. He was surprised that he managed to get that quite close to you, but he's looking a little bit disappointed. He's going to turn his attention back to the child and look at him menacingly and shout at him a little bit more. And then, unless Isil wants to go.
Yeah, I'll go.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Can I move
You
to
can. What's your move?
like where this dead body was here?
You want to move towards the dead body. You're using the pencil instead of the laser pointer.
Oh, for God's sakes! How do I do the
it's the
this
little-
one?
little
This
red
one. There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey.
So you want to just
Sorry,
move
I'll
up
stop
to him?
vandalizing the map.
You want to move up to him, or you want to move past him? What's your move?
I can already move past him here. Yeah, that'll be fine.
There. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. No worries. I'll move. Oh wait, you're over here. But yeah, sure.
And
okay.
then I'll just hit him. Try and hit him with this one. Yeah, with my crossbow.
Yeah, yeah, you'd have line of sight. This guy's dead, so he's flopped out on the floor, now in half and cooling in blood. So you might get a bit of blood on your shoes, but okay, yeah, go for it. Take a shot.
11.
So you fire off this bolt, and it just whizzes over the top of his head.
Okay.
It skims. You can see it just skims the top of his head. It looks like you might have just grazed him, but it's not really done any damage, and all it's done is serve to piss him off a little bit. It's the right-hand wolf, and he is going to just leg it. He's hungry. He is ready to fight. And he is going to go for... Oh, yeah. He's charging straight towards the seal.
Great.
Um,
Oh my gosh.
easy target. And he is going to try and bite you, I'm afraid.
Okay.
And that is a 20.
Uh-oh.
Oh shit. 14. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so he sinks his teeth into your right arm.
Okay.
And
Ow.
you take 11 points of damage.
Uh-oh.
Great.
Ooh.
Oh shit.
That would kill me.
Can you make a saving throw for me? It
Which
will be
is
strength.
14.
Okay, so the bite really does startle you, and you manage to shake the wolf off, but you can see the blood is now pooling out of your right arm. But you're still up and you're still ready for a fight.
Okay.
And with that, it is now Joseph's turn.
Okay. Can I move up to around here?
Yep. So about here.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I will make a crossbow attack. Okay, I'm going to do it on the wolf.
The one attacking a seal.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yep, sure.
Does an 11 hit?
No. So it fires past, It literally just misses, probably by about a foot or so. Obviously, a wolf being a smaller target is a little bit harder to hit and a little bit faster as well. But you've certainly got his attention.
Okay. As my bonus action, I'll cast Sanctuary on Isil.
Okay.
Nice.
So what that means is, you're protected against an attack. So any creature who targets you's got to make a Wisdom saving throw, and if they fail it, they've got to choose another target. But the spell will fail if you then make an attack, but it just gives you a bit of chance to sort of recover yourself. If you've got any options for that.
Okay. So after that, we then head to the second wolf, who is itching to join in the battle as well. He is also going to charge up. He's probably going to join this bandit here after being called over, and he's going to try and take a bite of Hargor.
He is not having a fun day.
Hargor is going to feel that. Not only does the bite get through his chainmail, but he sinks deep into his arm. And he takes...
Death. He takes death.
Uh
Uh-oh.
Hargor takes 22 points of damage.
Ouch.
Death.
From this wolf's
Yo!
bite. He's still on his feet, but he is not looking good.
Oh god.
It's just a flesh wound. You can walk it off.
He also needs to make a saving throw. Which he does, so he stays on his feet. But he is very, very badly hurt. And then we go down to Oleg. What are you going to do?
Right. First of all, I already love to see the way this party's going. There's a child in danger and no one's gone to help it.
I've asked.
I was
That's
going to, but then Isil was in danger, so
In my defense, I was first, and I was like, I'll go left, and then I'm sure somebody will save the kid.
yeah.
Is the kid a tiefling? Because this would make so much sense.
The kid is not a tiefling, and it's not you either.
The kid's got a skull for a face. It's already doomed.
Foreshadowing. Yeah.
Does it look like that child is in immediate danger?
Not in any immediate danger, no. The
Sweet.
bandit's kind of
The kid is
looking
dead.
over. He's trying to monitor what's going behind him. You can see, obviously, one of his bandit brethren is currently clean in half in the middle of the street, which has knocked his confidence a little bit. But he's also having the time of his life, just menacing the shit out of this child.
Okay, then. All right, then I'll move over to the. What's the chap's name?
Hargor?
That's it. Yeah, I'll move over to Hargor,
Okay, yep.
but I'm gonna move 10 feet away from the enemies,
Okay, so we'll put you probably about there then.
something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna swing with my glaive at the wolf first.
Okay, yep.
9 plus 6, 15.
Yep, hits.
Oh yes, that's 14 points of slashing damage. I rolled a 10 on my d10,
Okay.
and then
go on.
okay, I've got a bonus action as well to attack as well.
Sure.
Okay, so this is with my polearm, the bottom of my glaive. Oh, it's gonna miss. That is a 10.
Does not hit.
Okay, so that's all I'm doing.
Okay. So while the end of the polearm does sort of swiftly miss the wolf, that's only because the first hit with the glaive just took the wolf's head off. He is not getting up. You can just see this wolf's head go tumbling across the streets, and the body just slumps in a pile. This bandit now looks a little bit worried, realizes it's now 2 against 1, and he's starting to look a little bit like he wants to get out of here.
Is it possible for me to use the rest of my speed, because I should have around half of it at least,
Yeah.
to replace Replace the spot with
Argyle?
Hargor. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So you kind of push your way in front
That's
of him
it,
to
yeah.
shield him from any damage to there.
That's it. Yeah.
Cool.
And I'll
Alright.
say, "You're right there, fella. Still don't need my help."
Hargor looking a little bit worse for wear. Kind of, he wants to shoo you away, but he knows really that he can't right now. He is in bad shape.
Awesome.
Okay, cool. And now finally we go down to Merkin.
Sound. My general speed is not great, but I'm quite happy to close the distance to the child. Sense of duty probably overcoming the fact that I want to see my immediate superior not die. So I'm going to aim for about here.
Okay,
Which is
what's your
literally-
travel distance?
25.
Okay, so you
that's
could
about
probably
50.
just make it to the right-hand side of Joseph and sort of back him up a little
Yeah.
bit there.
Cool. That's it. And because I don't trust my crossbow with the last shot in the alley that was nowhere near, I want to just do healing word on Hargor,
Okay, cool.
which is... I can't remember, do I have to do the D20 first and then the actual D itself?
No, it will just work.
You just heal.
Oh, okay, sound. So it's just the D4.
So you just need to roll for how much he's healed.
That's sound.
1d4.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So Hargor hears this almost like a chant from across the streets, and he can feel himself sort of getting back up, feeling himself a little bit more. He's still not looking great, but the blood is starting to sort of slow down to a trickle coming out of his armor and his arm now, and he looks like he might be back in the fight. He does glance over at you, Merkin, and he shouts, "Thank you, son."
I just grunt in indifference again.
In which case, then we go back to the top of the round, which is Aris, who's currently hiding behind a building that's not on fire.
It could have went on fire.
Come on, fearless leader.
Everybody decided to jump the goblin that I wanted to get. I don't think I can make it to the wolf that's alive. I think he might be too far away. So I'll just go for the bandit, which is closest to me.
Okay, we'll say
so,
that
like-
you'll sort of flank him here. He's now looking very nervous, knowing that he's now got 3 people bearing down on him.
Russ, do you
Um,
run the flanking rule where he gets advantage on his attacks if I'm standing in front of him?
Yeah, so he will get a flanking bonus.
Perfect.
Oh, okay. So yeah, with my quarterstaff, I strike him from behind.
Okay, cool. So roll d20
15
plus whatever your dex is.
+3. So
Okay. Yeah, that's
18.
certainly hits. So if you roll your attack,
5 + 3, so 8.
and then you can roll it again because you're at advantage. So you pick the higher of the two.
6 + 3.
Okay, so 9 points of damage. Okay, so you bring this staff down onto the bandit. You smack him clean in the head. He's not got any sort of armor on his head, so he is feeling it. It's making him feel a bit dizzy, a bit nauseous, but he is still standing at the moment. He is certainly feeling.
Can I use the bonus attack?
Yeah, you can use a bonus action. Yeah.
That's a 1d4 + 3. Once I
Another
find it.
D4.
Yeah, let me just find it. 1d4, okay. 4 +
Okay.
3.
So 7.
Yep.
Okay, so the bandit is reeling from having this large monk's staff just brought upon his head, and while he's sort of gaining his balance again and just sort of getting to his feet and finding his balance, he feels your fist just slam into his chest. It knocks him clean to the ground, and he is not getting back up.
Yeah. Fuck you, bandit.
I really hope your monk said that. Just towering over him. Just fuck you.
No, my monk's a good boy. He doesn't swear.
Right, Asil, who's
Okay.
currently trying to fend off.
I'm fighting with a
woman
dog.
who does have sanctuary with her at the moment, so
With one
Yeah,
arm.
so if you make an attack, it obviously will cancel that sanctuary.
So can I move back from this wolf that's trying to eat me.
Yeah, sure. How
So
far back
I'm
can
just
you
gonna.
move? How far
Yeah,
can you move?
can I move here? Sorry.
Yeah, how far can you move?
30 feet.
Oh, yeah, you'll make it easy. Yep. Okay. So you take a run and you sort of run behind cover of the towering Oleg and the not so healthy looking Hargor.
Yeah, and then I want to. I'm gonna try one more time and try and get this wolf with a crossbow.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. So D20 plus Dex.
Oh no, 10.
Okay, so you manage to dash between the two, behind the two, and now
Yeah.
feeling a little bit more confident, and you know that you're going to be within cover and away from this attack. The wolf feels again this rush of air as an arrow just goes over his head.
I'm not doing too hot.
But now knowing that his nice, easy target's no longer in front of him, he's starting to look around and eye up who he could go for next. Okay. Next goes Hargor, who is back on his feet. He's ready for the fight. He's kind of looking around and realizing that everything that he wanted to attack has now gone. But feeling a little bit threatened by Oleg and feeling like he's not really contributed to the fight so far, he does go rushing in towards the wolf. So with his hand on his hilt, you hear Hargor say the words "Formagir," and as he pulls out his sword, the blade, which is fine, and you can see transcript down the blade, starts to glow blue. As he takes to a swipe against the wolf, and it swishes over the wolf's head, but he's going to take a second shot. And this time it does manage to hit the wolf straight into the body. And not only does the blade sink into the wolf, but you also start to see ice forming from the end of this blade and start to pierce the side of the wolf that lets out a massive howl. And that is written down here somewhere. Oh, you wanted a better roll than that. So the blade sinks into the side of the wolf, and the wolf makes this massive howl. And you can see just cold starting to set into the side of the wolf. And as Hargor withdraws his blade, the wolf kind of staggers backwards a little bit and is clearly in shock from this ice that's now coursing down the right-hand side of its body. But the wolf does still stand, and he's looking rather pissed off. And with that, the one remaining bandit who's over here menacing the child now realizes that it is not looking good for him. So he's going to start eyeing up an escape. He's booking it for the main gates. And then we go to the wolf who, seen his master sort of flee, doesn't feel great, but knows that he's got an opportunity to have a nice attack on somebody before it all finishes. So instead, he's going to turn away from the angry dwarf that's hitting him with this big glowing blade, knowing that he's a big threat. He's instead going to head over to this wiry sort of elderly human over here, and he's actually going to pounce onto Joseph.
Awesome.
And completely overshoots it and goes flying over the top of his head. So he's actually now probably about here. The wolf looking almost perplexed. He doesn't quite know how he's managed to miss this human target so easily. Now doesn't quite know what to do with himself, especially after seeing the bandit trying to flee. And then we head to Joseph.
See, I wanted to chase after the bandit, but that's going to give the wolf an opportunity attack, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, he would get opportunity.
So I'm just going to have to hit the wolf instead.
Okay.
I am going to cast Shocking Grasp
All right.
Because he's in reach for that, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
Oh, that's a nat 20.
Ooh.
Let's
okay.
go.
Yeah. Okay.
So-
Yeah. I will say that he's in range. I didn't realize it was a touch action. But yeah. Okay. You're close
He's
enough to touch
within
the
5
wolf if
feet,
you're
isn't
brave.
he?
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah.
if you're brave enough to try and touch a wolf, go for it.
Okay, so I've rolled 6 on both my damage dice.
Okay.
So that's 12.
Yep. So this wolf, still sort of kind of confused, does not know how he managed to jump straight over your head, has now got these hands sort of clasping the back of the wolf, and you just see these waves of electricity surge through the wolf, and he kind of collapses in this smoking pile.
Nice.
Is that everything?
Well, I still have my movement, don't I?
You do, yep.
So I will then book it towards the goblin, try and put myself in range of him.
Okay. What's your move?
So movement is 30 foot.
Okay, so you would probably get just within shouting distance of him here near the hedge. Certainly sort of shielding the small child, which is now
Yeah.
appreciating you and sort of jumping back and forwards.
Okay, that finishes my.
Cool. Okay. In that case, then we move to. It would be the wolf, but he is very much dead. Oleg.
I'll move up to this bandit up the top, the last one left.
Yep, sure. What's your move?
I'm 60. It's 30 feet, so it'd be 60 on this.
60.
And because I've
Okay.
got 10 feet of reach.
Okay, so 60 would put you sort of just in the middle of this dirt here, and 10 feet of reach.
Yeah.
You're just out of reach of him.
Just out of reach, no problem.
Yeah.
I'm gonna firebolt him then.
Okay.
So let me just check what's
Nice.
good. 2 seconds. Let's go. +5. 13.
Yep, that definitely hits him in the back.
Okay. That's 4 points of fire damage.
Okay, so this fireball just shoots out from the palms of your hands and collides in the back of this bandit, and he stumbles. And actually, do you know what? He stumbles and he loses his footing a little bit.
Nice.
So he almost sort of like trips over himself. He's still standing, but he's looking a lot worse for wear. He is. Yeah, he's still going though. Merkin.
Okay, nice and easy. Go secure the child. That
Okay.
is totally not dead. Make sure it's fine. And make
Okay.
sure that is that building on fire? I can't remember.
He's very appreciative of you, and he kind of sort of like hugs your leg in safety.
He will regret that once he smells me. Sound. And then with my next action, because I'm not going to be able to, I just don't trust the crossbow bolt. I'm going to do healing word again but this time on the seal. I think I can.
Yes, yeah, you can. Yep.
I will say I actually fucked up on the last one. I didn't add my modifier, the wisdom modifier.
Okay.
The modifier.
Oh, what was the modifier? I'll add it on now.
2.
Okay, cool. So Hargor
That was my
heals
bad.
for an additional 2 of health, which brings him up to that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And for a seal, it's 1 + 2, so 3.
Okay, so Seal also heals for 3 points of health.
Yeah, that's me. I'm happy.
Cool. Okay, so back to the top. So Aris, your turn. Wherever he is. Aris, you alive?
Liam, I'll make this very uncomfortable for you.
Please don't. I'm hiding here. Sorry. I was measuring stuff.
Okay.
I am definitely not getting to him. Is he the only person alive now?
He is the only one alive.
Yeah.
How far can I get to? I'll probably be by
What's your move?
Gareth. If I move like towards this general area,
Yeah, but what's your move? What's your distance?
30.
You'd
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, 30.
you would get past Oleg. You would be the closest to him, but you would still be some distance away from him. So you would be about here, but not within striking range.
Oh, okay then. In that case, can I put myself here? Would I make that? If not, then I'll stand behind.
Yeah, we'll get you
Only because I
standing
don't have many hit points. I don't want to die.
sort of halfway between. There we go. All right,
Yeah, that's fine.
cool. And is that everything
Yeah, there's nothing I can do.
you can do? Okay, cool. Asil?
I'm gonna try and get him with an Eldritch Blast because it's in range.
Okay. Is it in range? What's the range of Eldritch Blast?
120 feet.
I mean, yeah, that will hit him. Do you know
Yeah.
what the blast radius of Eldritch Blast is?
On a hit, the target takes 1d10 force damage.
Hang on.
I don't think there is a radius.
Oh,
on
is there
it.
not a radius for Eldritch Blast?
No.
I don't think
no.
so, no.
Okay, no, all right, fair enough. Blast it up.
What am I rolling?
I think you have to roll for this one, don't you? Because it's
Yeah, so it's a
so-
1d. It's a d20 plus your charisma
Yep.
plus your proficiency bonus.
Ooh. So 8 on the d20.
plus charisma.
Charisma +2, and proficiency bonus is also +2.
Just,
So 12.
just misses him. He can
Oh
feel
my
this
god!
blast of energy just like sear past him, almost burning. And considering he's just had a fireball to his back, it's something that he really does not want to feel again. So he just manages to sidestep and dodge it.
Very convenient.
Is that it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't want to move.
In that case, then, really sort of hindering and even moving at half speed, the bandit just manages to limp past the city walls and get out of the picture. Okay, well done. So as the carnage of this battle kind of slows down, the child sort of goes running back into this house here to be reunited with its mother, who comes out and, although absolutely horrified by the fact that there's a wolf that's missing its head, one that's in a pile smouldering outside of her house, like the smell is just stinking up everything that's inside her house, and then casting our eyes over and seeing this smiling dwarf over here who's got blood pouring out of his arm, standing next to a bandit that's just been clean in half. She looks horrified, but also relieved that her son is now back in the building and safe. She says, "Thank you. Thank you so much for saving my son." The son comes back out, and he looks lovingly at Merkin, his saviour, who shielded him from all danger. And he just goes, "Wow."
It's
And
just my
he
job. Go back home.
He just stands there.
Modest.
The mum comes back out and greets you all. She says, "I can't offer you much apart from my thank you and my home to offer rest should you need it. But thank you for protecting my son from danger."
Your gratitude is much appreciated.
Hargor kind of limps over towards the house and goes, "Not got any ale, have you? I'm feeling a little bit down." The woman kind of looks a little bit embarrassed and says, "No, but like I said, the beds, and there's plenty of room for all of you to rest, and please, you can help yourself to as much food and drink as I have, but I can only offer very little. It's up to you guys if you want to take up our offer of resting at her house."
Would that be a short rest?
Up to you guys. Whatever you want. She's offering her house for as long as you guys need.
Isn't there people that have injuries which might benefit from a short rest? I know I don't, but I think
I believe it's
Isil?
just Isil and Hargle.
Hargor kind of looks at his arm and he goes, I know we're in a rush, but I could really do with patching this up.
It'll give me back my spell slot as well, if you have a long rest.
Yes, if you had a long rest, it would return your spell slot, yeah.
You can use arcane. Do you get arcane recovery yet? No, you don't.
No.
Are we on a time limit for the quest to get to?
I mean,
Well, before everyone dies, hopefully.
Yeah, as the maester sort of stressed, it's obviously the sooner you can get the tome and back, the sooner you can start working on a cure. But it's whether you want to run the risk of Hargor bleeding out, basically.
So short rest and then move on.
Yeah,
Would
let's
that be
do
the best?
Yeah, I mean it's up to you guys.
Yeah, we'll do that quickly.
Yeah.
Short rest, okay.
Sure.
So you will take the mother up on her offer, and you decide to leave the bodies in the street just to kind of.
I'll just
Someone
hide
else has
myself
problem
in
to
the
clean that
burning
up.
building so they don't see that I'm a tiefling.
You know what? With all the bodies, I'll collect them into a pile and I'll just set them aflame with my firebolt.
So now, after the bodies have
Barbecue.
been moved over, it does smell like barbecue, but probably the worst barbecue that you have ever smelt in your life. And while
That's not me.
mother-
That's me.
I was
Go
going to
away.
say, why have you just made a seal break into that person's
Stop
house?
moving me.
Why are you breaking into someone's house?
I don't want to be involved.
Her house is here.
Yeah, but I'm a tiefling. I don't want to show her that I'm a tiefling. I'll just stay in the
So you're
burning
broken
building.
into someone else's
Breaking
house.
into someone else's
No, it's
house. Yeah.
burning.
Oh.
They're dead.
Okay, I mean, as you guys start to make your way into the building, for some reason, Aris decides to burst his way into another nearby house, causing an entire family of people to scream.
No, it was a burning building. They're not there.
Well, no, because he never set the building on fire. I did say that it's not on fire.
I'll hide behind here then.
I also love how we just left the child outside. He can fend for himself.
He can come in as well.
Peasant.
So you all sort of sit and start to take a short rest. Those that are injured gain, is it 1d6 of health?
It's your hit dice, so you can roll as many hit dice as you have. You're at first level, so it's whatever your class gives you.
Okay. For the sake of argument, Hargor is back to full health then because he's level 5. So he's feeling fine, but he's appreciated the rest and what little ale that the mother can offer. While you are resting and just sort of generally kind of discussing about your encounter there, what could have gone better, how you all managed to do it. Aris, for some reason, chilling out around the back of the house rather than coming into the house, probably because he feels guilty for breaking into some random person's house.
Running from the Lord now.
As you're all sat sort of just in, resting up, the child is just transfixed on Merkin. And he's like, so are you a real hero?
No. I am doing my job in the King's Guard. That is all you need to know. Please leave me alone, child.
Cool.
Mm.
After a short rest, probably an hour, 2 hours have gone by. The sun is starting to set a little, but it's still light enough out for you guys to continue your journey should you want to.
Let's get a move on.
Hargor stands
Agreed.
up. He goes, agreed. Let's all make our way out.
Someone should go collect Aris from the back of the building.
I'm meditating.
I shall go find that boy.
So you all start to make a move out towards the city gates. Aris will eventually come and join you when I can group him as well. There we go. And you start to make your way out, leaving just a pile of burning bodies. As you head out towards the city gates, there's no sort of real barriers. There's usually King's Guard stood at the city walls to make sure. And as you start to leave, you can see the 2 soldiers that passed you earlier coming up with reinforcements. Hargor goes, well, you're a bit late, lads. He sort of motions towards the pile of bodies, and they kind of see that they've let the side down a little bit. The two that originally ran past you guys to warn you of the bandit attack go back to their post on the wall and keep watch, while the reinforcements that came with them start to drag off the bodies of the dead bandits and wolves.
I'm just going to slow hand clap them.
My general admonishment of their failure and dereliction of duty is adamant, as well as my pungent smell. Which
As you
they
guys start to
obviously
leave the city walls, you turn back and you can see the boys waving from just outside the house. And he goes, "Bye, heroes!"
Aww.
And he also points towards Merking as well.
making sure that no one else could see. I give him a very, very small wave and turn back away.
The boy appreciates it, and for that you can have an inspiration dice as well.
Adorable.
Mhm.
Okay, so you guys have you're still going to make tracks. You're walking in the general direction of Victoria. You're not stupid. You know that it is going to take you a couple of days' journey to get there. So you might as well make good use of the light and start walking along. As you make your way out of the city limits, you are just generally sort of chatting, getting to know one another. But otherwise, you know, it's a generally nice day. You're just taking in the sun and enjoying it while you can. As you leave the city walls, it just opens up into a nice sprawling forest. And Oleg, as such, you kind of feel like you're back on home ground. You feel this sense of unease start to shift off of you, and you're out of the city walls, and you just generally feel a bit better now. You're back out in the wilderness, you know, and sort of closer to the countryside.
Sounds good.
Not too far out of the city confines, you spot a familiar face just up in the corner. It's the bandit that decided to do a runner a little bit earlier on. He's kind of just peeking out of the bushes, but he's not the best bandit in the world. You're probably going to see him from a county mile away, to be honest with you.
I was about to ask, do I spot him?
Like a sore thumb. As he sort of starts to see you, he looks over his shoulder and he sort of waves. And as you can see, more bandits start to make their way out of the forests. Hargor kind of breathes a sigh of relief. He went, "Thank God we rested." So at first, it would appear that you've got 3 bandits coming from the top of the page. I am going to move them a little bit closer just because my scaling is off terribly. So they're probably about here, just on the forest outskirts. So as you guys sort of brace yourself ready, the one who sort of stumbled away earlier, it's still looking a little bit blackened from that fireball that you managed to slam into his back, goes, "That's them boys. Let's get them now."
Can I halt everyone before we go into initiative?
You sure can.
Now, fellas, do you know what's happened? Well, actually, no, you've seen what's happened to the rest of you lot. Do you want this to happen to you guys as well? Or do you just want to move along?
Make a charisma check.
Sweet. Is that persuasion?
Persuasion.
I'm pretty good at persuasion. Fuck, that's an 8.
Fucking persuasion.
Not that good.
You took yourself up big there.
They kind of look at one another and, being a little bit confident, you kind of turn back to the party and you're like, "Yeah, I've done this." Only to have a small rock almost fly past your head and almost hit you on the back of the head. It's clear that it has done absolutely nothing, and they are coming for you. So roll for initiative.
yay.
Let's go.
Anybody get 20 to 25?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Okay. 15 to 20.
16.
Yeah, 16 as well.
16. 10 to 15.
14.
Here's Oleg. Anyone else 10 to 15?
No.
Geez, you guys roll terrible.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay, so then that's here. 5 to 10.
Yeah. I got a
Um,
9.
Still on 9. Anyone else 5 to 10?
No.
Jesus,
Oh.
what happened?
What
Okay.
dice have you got? They're just like all ones.
0 to 5.
Yeah. Factoring in my modifier, I got 2.
Okay, so it'll be Hargor first.
Oh wait, was there meant to be a modifier added onto that?
Yeah, it's your
Dex.
dexterity.
Oh, so mine's +3, so 19. I mean, I don't mind being where I am.
No, it's fine. You're kind of where you are anyway. You'll just go in front of Joseph. So, the first bandit is actually the one on the very right-hand side. Hearing the sort of tales of you guys last time, he's going to move forward a little bit, but stay on the outskirts of the woodland. And he is going to draw his light crossbow, and he's going to take a shot on. It will be you, Oleg.
That makes sense. I did try and talk him out of it.
7.
7 misses.
Yeah, I thought it might. So he fires his
Aw.
arrow, and it zooms over not only your head but Aris as well, and goes sailing basically through the city gates.
Hits the small little boy.
No!
You can hear it just from the distance. Watch out! And that's about it. Then
Poor little boy.
the bandit who you guys chased out of the camp here, feeling a little bit more confident, is going to take his full move, sort of, to about here. And he is also going to take a shot with his crossbow. He's going to take a shot at Oleg as well.
Makes
kind
sense.
of a payback for the fire that went searing into his back.
No problem.
That misses woefully. Actually jams his crossbow up as he tries to use it. So a bit panicked, he kind of just tosses his crossbow to the side of the road and just gestures towards you and says, "Come on then." And then it is Aris.
Can I sneak into like, what's this, grass or woods?
Yeah, that's small shrubbery, so you could hide in there.
And
should
then
we
make my way closer to this
Yeah,
guy.
so you want to try and flank. So what's your movement?
30.
30. Okay, so yeah, you'd certainly make it to the shrubberies. As you get to about this point here, make an acrobatics check.
Acrobatic.
Yeah.
Okay.
So D20 plus your dex.
+5. So 17 +5.
So
89, 21, 22.
22. Okay, so as you sort of like foot towards the bushes, you hear just this rustle behind you. And as you make your way into your bushes, you can see that part of the floor has actually caved in down the bottom here. Let's see if I've got anything that I can mark it with. Oh yeah, I can use a paintbrush. I'll do. So just here, you can see part of the ground has given way, and there's some like makeshift spikes
Right, okay.
on the ground. That was your full move though. So is that you all done?
Can I use... I can't remember what it's called. For mod degree? Where I can like shout
Yeah,
really loudly?
Yeah, you can. Yeah,
And then
sure.
I can tell them like what's here. So they're aware.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know if I can
So-
use it to intimidate these.
You can certainly try. It's up to you. I mean, it'd be one or the other. You could either shout across to the party to warn them, or you can sort of try and put the frighteners on.
Can I intimidate the far guy?
You want to intimidate the furthest guy? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So using your cantrips, not so much any sort of like magic around it. You can't really, there's no sort of visuals to it, but you just sort of almost feel kind of burning in your throat as your voice just suddenly booms out. And what do you shout at him?
Leave. I'm a monk. I don't want to fight.
Oh, I mean, yeah, okay. Roll a intimidation check. D20 plus your charisma.
Nat 20.
Ooh, okay.
Charisma is, I don't know what.
Charisma modifier.
Oh, plus. Oh, no, nothing. Plus 0.
Okay.
So just nat 20.
Okay, yeah. So this guy hears this large voice come out of this small tiefling and kind of thinks, "Oh fuck," and it does kind of scare him off a little bit. And he's gonna sort of slowly back away from you a little bit and head back here, just kind of scared.
Yay.
What I will say is, because you've scared him, he will be at a disadvantage next time.
Yay.
Nice work. Cool. In that case, then we go to Joseph.
Okay. Can I move up to here
Yep, sure.
next to him?
Yep.
And I will attempt to hit him with the quarterstaff.
Okay, yep, sure, go for it.
That's a dirty 20.
That certainly hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
That is 1d8. And that will be 8 points.
Ooh,
of
okay.
damage.
So as you charge towards him, staff in hand, you take a big swing at him on the approach, and you just hit him square in the side. And because you're that close to him now, you can just hear the cracking of bone as you bring the staff into the side of his ribs. He is very, very winded, but he is still on his feet for the time being. He has got a bit of blood coming out of his mouth, though. You have hit him pretty damn hard. But yeah, he is still standing.
Okay. That finishes my turn.
Cool. Okay, we go to Oleg.
Yeah. Right. I am going to move up to here, 10 feet away from him.
Okay, yep. So, yep, you can more than comfortably do that. Up there.
That's it, yeah. And then I'm going to swing with my glaive.
Okay, cool.
15 plus 21.
That definitely hits him, yeah.
Okay, D10. 10 points of slashing damage.
Okay, yep.
And then bonus action with my other end of the glaive. It's going to be a miss. That's an 8.
Yes, that would miss. So, as you swing the glaive at first, you catch him right across the chest, and because he's only wearing sort of light armor, you can see it just rip straight through the leather, and it just leaves this absolute raking right the way across his chest. He kind of really sort of staggers and like clutches his chest at first, and he's in a bad shape, but he's still on his feet.
And then I'm going to use my speed to move 5 feet back, just in case he enters my reach, and I'll get an opportunity attack on him.
Okay, no worries. So he
Just
about there, then.
to about here. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, no worries. Cool. And then we go to the bandit that Ara shouted at. He is somewhat scared. He doesn't really know what he wants to do right now. He's kind of questioning. He doesn't want to get in the fray. He's really kind of scared. So what he's actually going to do is he's going to move over here. And as he moves there, he kind of makes a whistling noise. And then that's the end of his turn.
Oh.
So then we head to Asil.
Right. Can I? I want to cast Hex on this guy. I'm drawing again. Sorry.
on the one that's right on the outskirts.
Yeah, that one.
Okay. Let me just have a look.
I can't get rid of it. There we go.
So I think you'll be in range. I will check.
It's 90
90
feet.
feet. So yeah, you're well in range. Yep. Okay.
So, oh, great. 7.
No, so it will actually just reach him
Will it
anyway.
just?
Concentration. So
Oh,
you
okay.
sort of really sort of stare down this bandit, and he can feel your eyes like piercing at him, and you know he just does not feel strong at all. He's really starting to doubt himself. And then if you roll a d6 of necrotic damage on him as well.
Okay. 3.
And you can almost see him like almost delving into madness a little bit. He starts to like clutch his head. He really doesn't know what's going on. And then he clutches his chest. And then all of a sudden he just topples over dead.
Oh shit!
Wow.
Nice.
Cool. Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Hargor turns round and he goes, "Bloody hell, Lassie!" And he just really doesn't know what to think of it. He's kind of lost for words. But knowing that he now has to kind of step up after seeing you notch up not 1 but 2 kills, he's going to go join in the fray, and he's going to help Joseph take on this bandit here. He's going to come running up, and he's not going to draw his sword, but instead he's going to take out his throwing axe and just use it as a small sort of hand weapon just to hack at the knees of this bandit, really causing some pain. And he gets a nat 20 in the process as well. This axe now slams into this bandit's legs and takes the leg clean off. The
Nice.
bandit screams in pain. He just keeps looking down at his leg, and then all of a sudden, silence as Hargor picks up the axe again and just slams it into the skull of this bandit.
Is this the bandit that ran away to begin with?
That was the bandit that ran
Yeah,
away.
but now, bitch.
He will not be running anymore. I mean, for a
Aw.
start, he's only got 1 leg, but he's also got that buried in his head. Hargor pulls the axe out and he just wipes the blood off on his leg and puts it back on his side. And then it is Merkin.
Right. Sound. Everyone seems to be fine. And right, this is going to be simple then. Fuck. How far is that? Okay, that's about 50. Thought so. So I just generally move over here. Get myself ready to sort of get
Sorry,
in
I'm on
position
the
for this
wrong
guy.
page. Yep, so you're heading out towards him. What's your move?
25.
So 50, so you can move out to about here, ready to sort of chase him down.
Yeah.
As you start to charge towards him, you hear a click from underneath your feet,
Mm.
and you need to roll an acrobatics check. So that's 20 plus your dex modifier.
So with 8.
So as you're running towards him, just about here, you feel the ground collapse underneath you. Because you'd already seen it happen and sort of tumble away, you kind of half expecting there to be another trap, but you just grasp the side of the pit dangling above these crudely made wooden spikes. Make a strength check for me.
Is that just D20 and the modifier as well?
Yep.
12.
Okay, so you just managed to pull yourself up from the pit without having to topple into the spikes. What I will say is, because you've had to pull yourself up from out of the pit, you are currently prone here.
Yeah, that's fine.
So you will not be able to do anything else.
That is fine.
Oh no, I've marked you as dead.
Oh no.
Took a turn for the worse.
I'm very dramatic.
Laying down. Okay, cool. So we go back to the top of the round with only one bandit left. Well, what you thought was one bandit. The whistle signals a couple more bandits to come out from here, from this direction, as part of an ambush. So as you stroll out, you start to see two more bandits. Oh, no, that's the laser pointer again. Two more bandits make their way out, crossbows at the ready, and stood just behind them, you see this rather large and mean looking. He is bandit, but you can tell that he's a little bit sort of higher up the ranks. His armor actually has some metal plating to it, but his clothes are still quite shabby and he's still quite dirty himself. But you can tell that he's going to be a mean one.
Got a brute.
So, as they come out, the two bandits that are wielding crossbows are both going to take a shot on. It's going to be a whole measure. They're both going to take a shot on Merkin. And there'll be an advantage as well because he's currently prone.
Actually, it would be with disadvantage because he's on the floor.
Ooh.
Yep. If a creature is prone, any ranged attacks have disadvantage on the attack.
You are right. There'll be an advantage if it was close combat, but because it's range, so the first arrow goes flying straight over, and the second hits at 14.
16 AC. So
Okay,
Let's go.
So you just feel the arrow sort of prang off your shoulder armor, but it does no damage to you. But you are well aware that you are under threat. The elite instead kind of charges his way through. He's really angry at the fact that half the bandits that he came here are currently dead. He does move at a slower pace. He gets to about here, but he is looking for a fight. And now it will be Aris.
I think just moving is all I can do, so I'll move as far as I can here.
Oh, bear with me, I'm on the wrong page. Okay, yep. Your move is 60, so you can get as far as. I mean, do you want to get as close as possible, or are you trying to stay back a bit?
As close as possible to this guy.
Okay, well, you can get about here, but you will not be within range of hitting him just yet. That it?
Yeah.
Cool. So we go to Joseph.
Okay. I'm going to cast Chaos Bolt.
Nice.
So that will be 21 to hit.
Sorry, who are you casting at?
So I'm going to cast it at the big new guy.
The brute. Okay, cool. 21 does hit. Yep.
That's 2d8. 2d8 and a 1d6 in it. Oh, nice. Okay, so I rolled 2 2s on my d8 and a 6 on my 6.
Oh,
So, bear with me a second. I've got to look at this. So that is on him. That is 10 points of cold damage,
Okay.
and then it jumps to next one.
Okay. So sorry, 10 points on that one.
Yeah, 10 points of cold damage.
Okay, yep, no worries.
So this is going to be under all. So that's going to be 16 points of poison damage
Ooh,
on.
okay.
We'll say the guy who's kind of almost level with him.
So this one here? Or...
Yeah.
Okay. 16, did you say?
Yeah. I rolled an 8, a 6, and a 2.
Okay. So the brute obviously gets the first impact, and you can see he is not happy. But even though he's this big old guy covered in armor, you can see him shivering. He's feeling the effect of the cold, but he's still sort of stood there, just kind of braces himself. The other guy, on the other hand, oh no, the impact of the bolt just downright strikes him dead, and he just topples over where he is.
Okay. And then I'm just going to use my movement just to get next to Merkin, just to give
kind
him
of
a
shield him off.
yeah.
Okay, out there.
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool. Okay, lovely stuff. And then we go to Oleg.
I'm of course going to move up to the brute 10 feet before him.
What's your movement?
It's 30, so it'd be 60.
Yep. So let's move you 10 feet away from him. So about there.
Can I be more in front of
These guys?
Yes, please.
Yeah, sure.
Perfect, right there. And yeah, I'm going to strike with my glaive.
Okay.
Oh, it's an 18 plus 6. Ho, ho, ho.
Yep.
24, yep.
Yep, that certainly hits.
D10. 3 plus 4, 7 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to bonus action. That's a 15.
Does not hit.
Does not hit. Okay, then.
Oh.
That's fine. And then I'm going to retreat 5 feet back, literally in front of them as much as I can.
Okay. No.
So that if he enters my reach, I will get an opportunity attack.
Okay, so the glaive comes down, and while it catches mostly armor, you certainly see it just nick his neck, and you can see this steady pour of blood starting to come out from his neck. He is not angry, and his eyes are now locked on you. The second blow just sort of glances off the armor again. You almost hit him in the exact same place, but this time it doesn't catch him. It just kind of bounces off the armor as you
Okay.
sort of retreat back to shield the other guys off. Next up is Asil.
Just to point out to Isil as well.
Yeah.
You casted Hex last round. You can use your bonus action on this turn to move your Hex onto a new target.
Oh, okay.
Because you're still concentrating on it.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I will do that on this big
On the big
guy
guy.
here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then if you hit him now, you will do an extra 1d6 points of damage.
Cool. So I am going to I will try and hit it with my crossbow.
Okay.
And so that's 14.
Is that what you rolled 14 or 14 with your?
I rolled. Oh no. 17.
Yep, 17 hits.
Cool. And then I just rolled a 1d6, right, for the other bit.
It's 1d8
1d8.
and then a 1d6.
Oh, 1d8. Oh, okay.
Because you've hit him.
And because he's hexed.
Yeah. So
Okay, so
1d8, 1d6.
Okay, 6, and then another 6, so 12.
Ooh, okay. So as his eyes are sort of really locked on Oleg, he's determined to get in there. He just suddenly feels this funk in the side of his shoulder, the other shoulder that he's not managed to get hit in so far, and he looks down and sees this black bolt just sticking in his arm. He kind of like snaps it off and throws the bolt to the side. but he's now starting to look a little bit damaged, and he is not a happy guy. The X kind of, you almost off the bolt see this blue, like purplish hue coming off the bolt, and he kind of looks down, has to reassure himself that there's nothing else there. He's already ripped this bolt out, but he's not sure. He feels like he's been more affected by this bolt than anything else so far. That will move to Hargor, who, standing over this body at the moment, decides that he wants to join in the fight, but he's going to move out towards the other 2 foot soldiers. And will just make it to here. As he runs forward, he brings out his sword, and once again you hear him whisper the words for Majir, and as he does, the blade lights up this bluish hue. And he goes in for a swing. And as he swings, the other bandit just sort of takes a steps backward, and he misses the bandit by probably a good inch or so. And now it is Merkin.
I can't remember. Is me standing up in action
Yes.
from prone? I thought so. Okay.
So I'm guessing you're standing up.
I am standing up as much as I like lying on the ground. How far? Okay, he's within range. Fuck it, why not? We'll live a little. Let's move in nice and close.
Oh, okay.
Oh no.
Sure.
Right, okay. Let's just have a swing with the mace, why not? It's the strength modifier, isn't it, the mace? I completely remember.
You should be proficient in it as well, so it's your strength plus proficiency.
Yep.
Ross, what the hell's my proficiency bonus?
2.
Thank you.
So it'll be D20 plus 2 plus whatever your strength modifier is.
9. Everything. Oh wait,
I was going to say with everything added together.
with everything added together. But
Oh,
can I use my inspiration dice as well?
You can. Yep.
Nice.
This is a bad idea. 5, so
God damn it.
14.
So you charge forward after being knocked down from this trap. You want revenge, and you get your mace and you take a swing, and you just miss him by an inch.
Right, sound. I do still have some movement. I'm going back home behind Oleg.
He will get an attack on you.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's what I
another
thought.
two.
He would get a retaliation attack on you. Do you want to still move, or
No,
So
fuck it, I'll stand my ground. No, fuck
you
it.
stand your ground? Okay, cool.
I'm a king, so bitch. Let's go.
So we now go to the 2 bandits near the tree line. First one is going to get in nice and close to Hargor, and he's going to take out his scimitar and take a swing. And that is he misses by a country mile. And then the second bandit is going to come in and flank onto Merkin. And that is 16.
16 AC. Yep.
Yep, so that hits. And it will be 4 points of slashing damage.
Slashing.
So you just feel this sword come down and it catches you on the arm where your chainmail fails to cover it. And now it's the turn of the bandit captain. And he is going to focus all of his rage on this tiny little dwarf that's now currently stood in front of him. So it's a lot of dice about to be rolled.
Oh no.
Well, he crits on 2 of them.
Oh.
Oh.
Shit.
It was nice knowing you, Merkin.
Oh.
Yeah, it was worth a shot.
What's your AC? 16.
16.
Oh, he hits with all three.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
So he brandishes his scimitar in one hand, dagger in the other, and he just slashes upon you, hit by hit by hit. First, he slashes you across the chest with the scimitar, which is 5 points of damage. Then the dagger, which he plunges into the side of you, which is 5 points of damage. And then he follows it up with another scimitar blow, which is a further 5 points of damage.
Fuck.
And as he just unleashes these blows upon you, you just hear him scream out at the top of his voice in anger. And then it will be top of the round, Aris.
Arr.
He's just kind of stood in the middle of no man's land, surrounded by dead bodies.
Yeah. I haven't done anything in this game. I'm just surrounded by dead peoples. Can I sneak behind the big ugly one?
Yes, yeah. He's really focused on Merkin at the moment, so yeah, we'll say that you can flank him.
Okay, and then I will attack with the staff and then do an unarmed strike after.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. So D20 plus strength.
11 plus dexterity, isn't it? Or is it plus strength?
It's your D20 plus your strength modifier and you're proficient in monk's weapons, so +2.
Okay, so 11 plus 2, 14.
Okay, so you swing the staff and you miss, but you follow it up with an unarmed strike. So it would be again D20 plus strength.
Plus your dex because he's a monk.
Nat
Okay.
20.
Ooh,
Let's go.
okay. Yeah, that one does hit him. So roll for damage on that one.
1d4. Oh, I need to find the d4. Nah. Okay. 1 plus 3, so 4.
Okay, so he, the bandit captain, really determined on just getting Merkin down into like a bloody pulp, feels the waft of like something wave past his head. As he looks round, it was the end of your staff that just missed him. As he turns to look at you, he then just feels this palm hit him square in the face. And he was not expecting that. And he is not a happy boy. Okay, Joseph.
Okay. I'm going to move into here.
So you're entering the fray just sort of right here, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And I will cast Shocking Grasp.
Yes, yeah, you all took a short rest, didn't you? So yeah, that's fine.
Well, it's a cantrip, isn't it? So
Yeah, so you'd be able to, yeah.
Spam it.
Okay. That is 24.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
Nice.
And that's a 1d8. That is unfortunately 2 points of damage.
Okay, well, it's now getting to the point where the bandit captain just doesn't know where to look. He's almost starting to get a little bit surrounded. And as he's looking round, he feels his hand just grab his metal plate armor and send a shock through this body. And while it doesn't do too much damage to him, it's enough to suddenly get his attention and just make him feel a little bit constrained from the shock. Is that it?
Yeah, I think that is all I can do at the moment. Yeah, that's all I'm going to do for now.
Okay, cool. Oleg?
I shall smack him with my glaive.
Okay. The guys being in front of you, does that cause any issues with you trying to...
No, I've got it. It reaches 10 feet, so I mean, it's up.
Is
It becomes.
Merkin down?
We don't know.
Oh.
It
Okay.
would be entirely up to you. If you think that it would be trouble for me to reach him through people, then I'm more than happy to use my speed to move.
No, you go for it. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, and you can go for it.
Okay. 15 plus 21.
Yep, that certainly hits
Nice.
him.
12 points of slashing damage.
Okay, yeah, he certainly feels that as the glaive just comes down and again scrapes across that exposed chest area that you hit him in last time.
And then I will bonus action other side of my glaive. Wow, finally. 24.
Yes, again, yeah, it hits.
6 points of damage.
Nice.
Okay, so he feels both blows and he's okay now really started to stilter a little bit. He's feeling this damage. You can see that although he's kind of dropping a little bit in his stance, he's really starting to stagger. He's still got a little bit more fight in him and he's ready to just unleash on somebody.
Would it be possible for me to squeeze in between Merkin and Joseph?
Yeah, sure.
I'll try and squeeze in between them. Just almost run and shout at him.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. We'll just sort of stagger him a little bit backwards. So there you go. Yeah,
Can I just ask a question?
go
Because me and Aris were flanking him, did that give me any benefit?
No, someone has to be behind him. No one's
Ah,
behind
okay.
him at the moment.
on? Yeah, Aris is kind of attacking him side on
Okay.
and drew his attention. So none of you have really sort of attacked
Ah,
each
okay.
other from behind. Okay, cool. And it is Isil's turn.
Okay. I'm really far away, so I feel like I should move probably a bit closer.
Okay.
So maybe 30 feet, like this direction, maybe.
Yep, sure. We'll move you over that.
And then I'm still gonna aim for this guy since he's hexed. So I'm going
Go for the crossbow again?
to. Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
11 plus 3, 14.
Misses. So the he doesn't really know where to look. He's got all of these people now sort of really starting to unload on him. And again, he just hears this whoosh goes past his head. So he's now really paranoid that attacks are just coming from every single direction. But he knows that you're there. And he can just sort of sense you out of his eyesight. Anything else?
Don't think I can really do anything else. Up.
No?
No, I don't think I can.
Okay, cool. In that case, then it's Hargor's turn. He's kind of in this standoff with this bandit over here at the moment. Neither of them have managed to land any blows on each other, so he is just going to take another swing with his enchanted sword and rolls a nat 20. So 23. So the blade just plunges into the chest of the bandit, and he takes 12 points of frost damage, and you just hear, while you guys are trying to hold off this bandit captain as much as you can in the distance, this bandit scream in pain as this chilling blade plunges into his chest.
Nice.
And this bandit just ends up in a crumpled pile. And now we go to Merkin.
I just have to roll d20, don't I?
You do.
I hope for the best. You're not going to believe me, are you?
Got a 1.
20.
So Merkin, who was on the ground, flutters, blood pouring out of his mouth, stands up with 1 hit point to his name,
Oh my god.
and just climbs back to his feet. And that is the end of his go.
That is fine.
I'm not calling you yo-yo. You keep going up and down.
So it
I'm
was
just staying out of
Bandit-
every fight from now on.
It was Bandit who had the sword just buried into his chest. So now it is the turn of the other bandit, who, seeing Merkin standing up, just cannot believe it. He's almost shook, but not shook enough to pull out his scimitar and make an attack on him, which is 19.
Are you? Yeah, 16, 18.
So definitely hits him for 4 points of slashing damage. So just as you all see, Merkin, by the divine graces, climb back to his feet, this divine light shining off of him. A bandit just plunges a scimitar straight back into him, and he falls to the ground again. And then it is the bandit captain's turn. So you guys are just surrounding him, and he just does not know where to hit at all.
I shout, "Hit me, you fool!"
Well, because he's proficient, he actually is going to unleash a multitude of attacks. So, he is going to fire one off at Aris, and then he's kind of just flailing madly. So he swipes at Aris, and it misses him by a country mile. He takes a swipe at Joseph, and again the dagger goes nowhere near him. And finally, he brings the scimitar down onto Oleg for hits on 14.
Misses.
Okay, so the scimitar falls down. This is the blow that he had the most confidence in, and it just glances straight off your arm. And he is looking a little bit panicked now. He's just had 3 attacks on 3 different people, and none of them have hit. And then it goes back to Aris.
Am I able to sneak around and attack him from behind?
I'm going to say no, because he's well aware that you're there.
In that case, can I just move around and attack him anyway?
You can, but the bandit captain will get an attack of opportunity on you.
In that case, I'll just attack.
You're just going to attack the bandit instead?
Yeah. Because it's a monk weapon, isn't it, plus dexterity?
It's
It would be, yeah.
Yeah, it's your dexterity modifier and then +2 because you're proficient as well.
Oh, okay. I didn't know about the +2. 6 plus 3 plus 2. So
Okay.
9, 11.
Okay, so again, you take a swing with your staff and it just misses him. You can feel the waft of air just go past his head.
And then the bonus attack. Uh, 16.
Okay, so again, he turns around to see the waft of air go past him and then feels just another palm, this time hit him square in the chest.
For 4.
Okay, so as you hit him full in the chest, he kind of takes a step back. And then he kind of charges back towards you, but he goes off kilter and he just falls straight to the ground.
Yay!
So he is well and truly dead.
Can I then use my movement to move towards where I wanted to go originally?
You can, yeah. So
so here,
you
generally.
Bandit. Okay. So you sort of run over the dead body. And
Would I be able to sneak now because he's dead? So is that a thing, or can he see me during the whole ordeal?
He's kind of focused solely on plunging his scimitar into the chest of Merkin at the moment. So I'd say yes, you have flanked him.
Okay, yeah, that's it then.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So we then go to Joseph.
Okay. If I can move around here then.
Yep, sure. Towards the bandit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll move kind of around here. So can you remind me what the flanking rule is?
Do you want me to explain it?
Yes, please.
So essentially, if someone's standing behind the creature you're trying to hit, you get an advantage on melee attacks.
So because I'm behind him.
Roll.
Yeah, only on the attack roll.
Okay. That's fine.
Has to be a melee attack. Can't be a
That's
spell.
fine. Yeah, I'll use my quarterstaff.
Okay, cool.
Ooh.
Nice. So that will be 21 to hit.
Yep, certainly hits.
Let's go.
D8. And that'll be 3 points of damage.
Okay, so as he's kind of towering over the body of Merkin, again, just sort of laughing to himself, he feels this staff just catch him on the shoulder, and now he can turn around and see that he's got you to contend with. He's still standing, but he is a little bit hurt.
Okay, that finishes my turn.
Okay, so we go to Oleg.
Because
hit with
I'm
my
still
glaive.
behind him, does it count as a flank attack if somebody else attacks him? Or because it's already happened once, it can't happen again?
It happens every round, so everybody who would try and attack him now would get advantage, yeah.
Okay, so it doesn't disappear just because one person's already done it.
Yeah, no, it doesn't disappear.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm going to swing with my glaive.
Okay, yep, go for it.
13.
Does not hit.
Okay, I can't use my bonus action because I actually didn't hit him, so that's all I can do.
Okay, no worries. And now we go to Seal.
We moved like here.
Okay.
He's now got a hex on him, right? Because that one's dead, right? Or is it only the once?
So if
No.
you use your bonus action now, you can just move your hex.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. How far is he from me? Oh, okay, I can't do that. That's great. I'm just going to try and hit him with my crossbow, I suppose. That's fine.
Yeah, sure, go for it. Take a shot.
Oh, well, it's great. Rolled a 1, which is fantastic.
So,
So 4.
so you fire off this bolt fairly close range, and it just kind of sails into the trees.
Straight into me.
I mean, I
Sorry.
was half tempted to say it flies past the bandit and into the dead body of Merkin, but I feel like that's
No.
Exactly what I was
No.
expecting, to be honest.
but no, we'll say it flies past him and goes straight into the trees.
Yeah, my aim is not good.
Okay, so it is now Hargor's turn, and he is going to cast Prayer of Healing at level 2. Now, he would do if my page hadn't just frozen. So he's going to try and bring Merkin back from the dead. And he's going to heal him for 8 points of heal.
Jesus.
So Merkin slowly gets back to his feet once more. He's with us and alive. And it is Merkin's go.
Sound. Completely pissed off that I'm now drenched in blood and my beard is very much adding to the stench of everything else. I'm going to cast Inflict Wounds on my mace
Nice.
and then smack the shit out of him. Hopefully.
Nice.
Okay.
Alright, okay. What is that? Okay, great. 6.
Is that plus your modifiers?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so
Change your dice.
as you get up and you're ready for revenge, you feel this power surge through your mace. You take a swing and you're just batting at nothing. Clearly, the blood must be in your eyes or something, because all the other party members can see is just you flaming around like a madman.
That's fine. Before I move on, does my inflict wound stay on the mace for the next turn? I can't actually remember. Don't think it does, but
Inflict wound is just a 1-round spell. Yeah.
I thought so.
So it
That's
goes
fair.
away. Okay, it's the bandit turn. He's not feeling great, but he's not going to go without a fight. So he pulls out his scimitar, and he's going to.
I swear to God.
Don't hit Merkin, please don't.
I swear to Christ.
He
To
is
Magier.
going to take a swipe at Joseph. And misses completely. Just wafts air. And all the people from a distance, so Asil, Argor, Oleg, all you can see is just this battle of air being cut between Merkin and this bandit. They're just wafting at each other and not hitting a single thing. And that brings us to Aris.
Finish him.
Yeah, so I might as well just try to do the same attack and then bonus attack from where I am.
Okay.
What's the from a D20? 9 plus 3.
Plus
12.
2.
Yeah, plus 2 because you're proficient.
Oh, 14.
Okay, hits.
Which is 1d6 plus 3. 5, 6, 8.
Okay, so you swing your staff, and because you're behind him, all the bandit does is he's looking at everybody. He's trying to work out who to attack next, and all he feels is just the crack of a staff come down on the back of his head, and you can just see the trickle of blood come straight down the back of his head as he falls to the ground.
Yay!
Nice.
Yay.
Amazing.
Nice work.
Awesome.
Nice work. So before anything else happens, Argor is going to cast level 3 Prayer of Healing,
Nice.
and everybody. Is everybody? Yeah, everybody's within the radius. So anybody who's injured is healed 21 points of health.
Whoa.
Nice.
Wow.
Flipping hell.
That's decent.
Yeah.
I
Being
feel like
a,
if I had 21 points of health, I wouldn't have been down so much.
being a level 5 paladin has its pluses. Nice. Okay. Well, you're just outside the city walls, surrounded by a shitload of dead bodies. I think this would be a good place to call it for tonight.
Yay!
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Before we go, does anybody want to loot the bodies?
Yes. I want to loot the
Specifically
big ugly
the
one.
leader.
The big boy.
Okay. Between you, you find 30 gold pieces each.
Nice.
Hargor searches the closest body close to him, and he finds a small but nicely polished tiger's eye gemstone. Anybody want to search the captain a little bit further?
Yeah, the big boy. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Mm.
Mine's
we'll go
plus
with-
1 for investigation.
We'll go with perception. Somebody wants to roll for it.
Oh, well, not me then. My investigation's great, perception not so good.
Plus
I've got a
3.
I've got a plus 4.
Okay, you.
Why, yes. That is a 22.
Okay.
Nice.
So you search his body a little bit more, and you find a further 100 gold,
Oh, wow.
and you also find 2 potions of healing.
Wow,
Yeah.
okay.
This guy came to party, and he did not get the opportunity to use his healing.
Such.
Right. Healing potions. We should try and hand them out. I can heal people, so I'll give the healing potions to whoever wants it.
Who has the lowest attack points? Or a low
HP.
AC?
That'll be is. I think it's Izil.
Oh, maybe.
What's your AC?
Mine's 16.
14.
Yeah, so I'd probably give
14.
it silver.
Okay, so 1 to Izil.
Thank you.
And then it's up to you what you want to do with the last one.
Maybe give it to Merkin, seeing as he spent half the game on the ground.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh.
I've learned
Oh, God.
both.
I'm just gonna stand at the back and shout healing words at people from now on. Until I get new dice.
Maybe to yourself would be beneficial too.
I don't even know if I can do it to myself. I'm assuming I can. Just whisper happy words to myself.
Yeah.
Is that 100 gold pieces? Was that in total or each?
So you divvied up. I think did I say it was 35? I think
But
you got
30 each,
30
and
Yeah.
then there was 100 on the
There's 100
bandit,
on the bandit.
which
So-
Carol's got.
Yeah, so it's up to him if he wants to divvy.
Yeah,
that
so
one up.
Carol's got
course,
130
yeah.
gold, and then we've got 30 gold.
Yeah, I want to obviously divide it by. Is it 5 of us?
Yeah, Hargor's still got the loot pouch that he was given at the beginning, so he's not too fussed.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll hand it out.
Cool. Okay.
So that's 20 gold. So everybody's got
Yeah, so
50 gold.
each. Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome.
Nice.
So that is pretty much it for tonight. Let me just. You're all going to get your XP as well.
Oh, nice.
So you have all gained. From all the scraps you've had, including the battle in the alleyway where nobody really did anything whatsoever, you have all
That was the best
gained-
fight, though.
Hey, I nearly damaged a window, so
You've all gained 900 experience.
Nice. Oh, so we're at level 3.
You are indeed.
Wow.
Now-
you'll all be happy to know I've just bought myself some new dice. Give myself 80 torture.